A YouTuber versus an Olympic champion. $40 million on the line. 7 days until impact.
Awesome, man.
Respect,
Great work.
Appreciate it.
Great work. That was good.
We're going to train again. Easy.
There is a saying, I would say, there's a saying that a happy fighter makes a dangerous fighter, in the sense that if you put them in the right environment and their brain is receptive of what they're being taught, they're going to be more in tune with what they're going through.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
So I'm actually like, give me more, give me more, give me more.
That's his mindset in everything he does, whether it's training, whether it's work, whether it's helping other people.
With only days left until fight night, Anthony Joshua has locked in completely. No games, no distractions. Everything coming out of his camp screams one message: this is war. AJ is treating this bout with absolute seriousness, and the clock is ticking.
You know, so I use YouTube a lot, where there's a lot of videos what I listen to and I update it, and I can always revert back to it when I'm feeling low to get a bit of motivation. Fear comes in many forms. There's some things that I can't get over and I'll always be scared of. But I take the positive from it. Like, I'm never so confident I'm gonna win. It's probably the fact that I'm scared to fail.
Coaches aren't meant to understand that you're tired. Coaches aren't meant to understand that you have emotions. Coaches are just supposed to look at you like you're a machine, and they just want results. I may be tired, but I just got to bite down on my gum show, because if I can perform to an elite level when I'm tired, imagine what I can do when I'm at rest and when I've got energy. I've been through them days where I'm looking for sympathy and you just don't get it in sport, but you don't get it. I always knew there could be the most talented fighter out there, especially in our industry. If they can't sell tickets, they can't put bombs on seats, they'll never showcase their skills to the world, no matter how good they are. And that's why I say you have to have marketability and you have to have ability. And when you bring those two worlds together, it's a recipe for success.
There's no casual tone here, no exhibition mindset, just relentless preparation. AJ is fine-tuning his conditioning, sharpening combinations, and committing to a pressure-heavy game plan. This isn't about headlines, it's about domination.
To stay humble means treat the person who is beneath you in a different class to the same person who's above you in a different class. It's an equal playing field, and we have to treat everyone with the same respect. And that's why, you know, people fight for equality. And I think that's important, and that's why I mix stay hungry and stay humble together in such a fine way that they gel together well. Stay hungry, stay humble.
Joshua knows the stage is massive, the spotlight unforgiving, the expectations sky high. And that's exactly why his approach has been all business.
Ah, shit, and again. Good, and again. Good, 2 more. 1 more of them. Good.
You have to find it within yourself. If I've got to tell you to get up, and I've got to tell you to go to work, and I've got to tell you to do everything, then until that person stops telling you, you're never going to be able to achieve anything. So that's the best piece of advice I've been given, is find it within yourself to be motivated. You've been blessed with a brain, heart for emotions, spiritual connection.
But on the other side, Jake Paul is deep in preparation too. heavier sparring partners, sharper movement. This is the biggest test of his boxing career, and he knows it. The question is he ready for what's coming?
There's very clear paths to being able to beat Anthony Joshua. Something about him. I was supposed to fight Gervonta and then go and fight Joshua maybe next year. When Gervonta got into his whole fiasco, Joshua was one of the first names on the list. I would say he's definitely was surprised and maybe thought I was just all talk and not actually wanting to do it and just saying it for hype. I think that's what a lot of people think when I say crazy things like fighting Canelo or Bud or Joshua. So I think he was actually surprised to get the deal done.
The confidence is high, but the work reflects reality. Longer rounds, tighter defense, surviving pressure. Jake's Pamp knows this isn't just another crossover moment. This is a night that will define his boxing legacy.
I don't want to ask you about a prediction for Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua because I think a lot of people know what will happen, but is it dangerous for Jake Paul to be taking on a big heavyweight? You're a heavyweight, man. I wouldn't want to get punched by you here. Is it very dangerous for Jake Paul to be able to take?
I mean, no matter what it is, it can be an exhibition fight or whatever fight it is. When two guys step over that rope and they got bad intentions or they ready to throw blows, it's always bad. You got to understand that boxing is a dangerous business and the head is not meant to be hit in the first place. Doctors will always tell you the head is not meant to be hit. The body is not meant to be hit. The head is not meant to be, the brain is not meant to be shook.
As fight week approaches, the boxing world is buzzing. Jim White, Simon Jordan, and experts on TalkSport are asking, how did this fight even get sanctioned? They acknowledge the commercial pull, but question the massive gap between a YouTuber and a former unified heavyweight champion.
If AJ was fighting an area level heavyweight now, it wouldn't go beyond a round. I'd expect AJ to get rid of him, let alone AJ being 40 pounds heavier. The Americans look at AJ slightly different to how we do. They look at him as someone that's washed up. When he was in their country, he got beat by Andy Ruiz, who's not gone on to do anything. If Andy Ruiz went on to have this glittering career, then it maybe would have made that defeat look a lot bigger. They watched him recently get defeated by Daniel Dubois. They think he's done. So they don't have respect for him maybe the way we do over here. So Jake thinks he can win. I've been around Jake and he's delusional, but he's very strong-minded. So he thinks he can win, but there's no way this should go beyond 3 minutes.
Who's the A-side? Who walks into the ring first?
AJ walks into the ring first, so Jake Paul's the A-side.
The experts agree. Curiosity will drive viewership. But once that bell rings, boxing's unforgiving hierarchy is expected to reassert itself. And if Joshua doesn't dispatch Paul decisively, carefully mapped future plans could crumble.
I think I heard you mention there are two behemoths involved here. How is Jake Paul a behemoth?
He's a behemoth in terms of his following and in terms of the pulling power he has. He's now, whether hardcore boxing fans want to admit this, he's one of the faces of boxing. And that's saying something. Like, the amount of people that put their hands up to want to fight Jake Paul when they realized the Gervonta Davis fight weren't happening. He can, like, Alexander Usyk says he wants to fight him. Like, that's the one of the biggest names in the sport. There aren't that many people.
You love this sport, Addy, and you love working in it. Is it an uncomfortable truth, if you like, that Jake Paul is part of the top flight boxing scene?
But fighter reactions, totally different. Michael Bisping expressed clear disbelief. How can a former world champion be knocked out by a YouTuber? Even Tyson Fury claimed he'd bet £1 million on Jake Paul. Is this real or just hype?
We had Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, a tremendous world champion, one of the best boxers of his generation. Apparently, and I don't know if he's serious, but he says that he put £1 million on Jake Paul to knock out Anthony Joshua.
Seriously? Jake Paul chins AJ, yes, they fight.
Are you serious?
100%.
If they fight, I'm putting £1 million on Jake Paul. And we know, first of all, that Tyson Fury doesn't really like Anthony Joshua. So maybe he's just saying that. Maybe he's talking shit. Or has he really put £1 million on? Because if he has, I want to see that betting slip. And could you imagine if it came in? I don't know what the odds on Jake Paul knocking him out are, but they're going to be pretty big.
Bisping calls it distorted. Jake has improved, sure. He carries power, but Anthony Joshua has Olympic pedigree, elite experience, and proven performances against top heavyweights. This isn't close. This is levels.
Anthony Joshua to have to dance around the ring, get on his bike, play cat and mouse, dancing around, picking shots and stick and move. No way. Remember what Anthony Joshua did to Francis Ngannou in Saudi Arabia? He stood there, toe to toe, waiting for the opening, threw a right hand. It was like absolute lightning and the power was crippling. Every single right hand that Anthony Joshua threw, he dropped Francis Ngannou, who is a gigantic human being who does have truly one-punch knockout power, as we know.
I need to knock him out.
I like that. So Mighty Mouse, love you, bro, but what on earth are you talking about? Let's carry on.
Some speculate the fight might be staged, but Eddie Hearn firmly denies it. The legal and reputational fallout would be catastrophic if true. This is a real fight with real danger. And if someone's paying the price, it won't be Anthony Joshua.
Suggestions that the fight might be fixed, but also from people in the boxing world that look at this as a spectacle and look at this as a circus, a sideshow, a freak show attraction, and also something that is extremely dangerous. Because if this is a real fight, and apparently it is, so we'll go with that, there's a very good chance that somebody gets hurt. And I'm sorry to say, because I love Mighty Mouse, it ain't going to be Anthony Joshua.
I mean, we seen the Mike Tyson. That was all fun. That was cute. You know what I'm saying? It's fun and games and stuff. But now you're dealing with a real professional, you know. And so we'll see how it ends up. You know, like I said, I think it's...
From where we're sitting, this feels less like a mystery and more like a test. How long can Paul manage the danger before heavyweight reality closes in? My prediction, Anthony Joshua by early stoppage. Not because Jake lacks courage, but because at heavyweight, lessons arrive fast and without apology. This fight sits at the intersection of ambition, business, and brutal reality. Jake Paul is stepping into the most dangerous moment of his life. Anthony Joshua is treating this like a professional assignment. This isn't just content. This is consequence. Does Jake Paul have anything we're overlooking, or is this exactly how heavyweight mismatches end? Drop your prediction in the comments, and don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to FactVault for more deep dives into the fights that matter. See you in the next one.